the first time we met. I took the risk of an explosion at the car accident scene, rushed into the flames to save Oliver. When he woke up, he said he had amnesia. I lied and claimed that I was his girlfriend. This way, I can naturally stay by his side. We are as close as a true couple, but before getting married, he suddenly brought back a woman. He looked at me with a face full of disgust. I suddenly remembered. It wasn't you who saved me in the first place. In the face of his accusations, I didn't say anything, just lower your head. Slowly take off the bracelet on your hand, felt a wave of relief. I am finally free. Just got home. I saw Oliver with a woman. A few days ago, Oliver suddenly asked me, "When you saved me, did you recognize the necklace around my neck?" The necklace was specially designed for him by a designer from a luxury brand. Unique, but in fact, very few people know. He saw the situation at the scene through the monitor in the necklace. A vague figure carried him out. I am nearby, until noticing Oliver's necklace. Only then did I feel relieved enough to walk over to his side. I also honestly admitted all of this. He looked at me in surprise for a while, then slammed the door and left. Since we started dating, we are together every day, just like conjoined twins. Today is our first meeting since the Cold War. Seeing that we are all silent, the woman next to Oliver asked with a smile, "This must be Sister Grace." "My name is Sophia. She is Oliver's girlfriend. He is still his lifesaver." Oliver did not refute. "Ask me. Don't you have anything to say?" A sharp pain came from the pinprick on my arm. I looked at him. Question. "Can you lend me 200,000? Oliver sneered. "Say, was the card I gave you before insufficient? It's only been a few days since we last met. There is no money left." He doesn't know. When they gave me the card, Victor has stopped using the card. "I haven't spent a single penny," I said casually. "You are so rich. This isn't much, right? Don't forget. Who saved you from danger back then?" Oliver's expression was cold. It seems like there is something they want to say. But she was stopped by Sophia holding her hand. She said to him, "Oliver, just give it to her. 200,000 is not even enough for wedding photos." I saw how close they were to each other. I feel a bit uncomfortable. I can't help but recall things from the past. We met for the first time. It is at the scene of a car accident. His car overturned by the bridge. The vehicle's body caught fire. The rescue team has not yet arrived. The people around did not dare to approach. "I will go all out. Rush in." They pulled the blood-soaked Oliver out. He has lost a lot of blood. The blood type is particularly rare, just like me. I was treated as a source of blood by Victor. I have to take medication, forcing me to stay by Oliver's side. It has become a mobile blood bank. Provide him with blood to create special effects medicine. I have a strong aversion to both Victor and Oliver. I deliberately lied to him when he woke up with amnesia, saying that we were in a romantic relationship, although he does not remember. But because of a sense of responsibility, he began to try to love me. Such disguise, it lasted for 3 years. Victor felt this love. It's like a shackle has been tied around me. He asked me to help his grandson deal with various emotions, only be a lofty ruler. My condition is that I hope to gain freedom. My thoughts have returned to the present. I gently touched the bracelet on my wrist, looking at the woman next to Oliver. I used to be the person in that position. It is clear that success is imminent, but why do I suddenly feel a burst of bitterness in my heart, almost out of breath? Oliver embraced Sophia, gently patted her on the shoulder. He said in a very indulgent tone, "I'm all ears for your suggestions. I don't want to be the extra person among them. I just want to leave here quickly." I stepped into the bedroom. Sophia was a bit surprised. "Ask where sister is going. You haven't forgotten that you are no longer the master of this place, have you?" I smiled slightly. "I just came to get my things." Oliver suddenly grabbed me. The tone is somewhat tense. "Grace, are you leaving? Isn't it obvious? The person next to him is no longer me." "Oliver, please let me go. Haven't we already broken up?" Sophia looked very concerned about me. "Yeah, Oliver. If my sister still lives here, people outside still think she is the persistent mistress. Moreover, thanks to my sister, I only had the chance after saving you. I have something to attend to. I can still accompany you to the hospital." These words made Oliver realize that he had spent 3 years investing his emotions in a fraud. His anger disappeared all at once. Become calm again. "It's better to leave earlier. Otherwise, I'm afraid Sophia will feel jealous. I just want to remind you. Remember to attend the wedding of Sophia and me next month." Said that. Oliver took Sophia and walked away. I watched their interlocked hands. I couldn't hold back any longer. The body trembled, bowed down, and spat out a mouthful of blood. The current from the bracelet stimulated my still healing wound. spreading from the left hand throughout the body, finally gathered on the fragile heart. It's hard to distinguish whether this is the pain from an electric shock. It's still the pain that has always been there. After moving out, I found a rental house. Then, I went to the hospital. Victor knows that I came to the hospital to see a doctor without permission. He also specifically selected the doctors. Make sure they don't make a sound. Others don't want to get into trouble. Only Dr. Johnson is still trying to help me find a solution. Perhaps they know that I don't have much time left. He then did not stop Dr. Johnson's actions. A few days later, I suddenly received a WeChat message from Oliver. I have a fever. There is no medicine at home. Can you help me bring some over? The medicine at home is replaced regularly. I am a little worried. So, I arrived at the entrance of the villa area. I stared vacantly at this familiar place. Just left a few days ago. The changes have been significant. The phone suddenly rang. I took a look. It was a message sent by the neighbor. I am next door, just come over. That was the home of his childhood friend. A few thunderclaps sounded from above. It was just sunny a moment ago. Now it has become dark. I ran over in the light rain, feeling a bit weak. Breathing became heavy. I knocked on the big door, but no one responded. At this moment, a car drove over. Sophia got out of the car with Oliver's arm linked through hers. See me. Oliver walked over immediately. Ask me. What are you doing here? Sophia asked with some confusion. Is the sister here to find Lucas? But he was on a business trip a few days ago. Don't you know? Oliver was taken aback. Only then did I realize that I was standing at the doorstep of his childhood friend's house. His face showed a look of unease. What's wrong? Do you really like money this much you don't spend money on me, then go find someone else? Sophia was advising nearby, but the moment I saw her, I felt that the meaning in her eyes was not very friendly. Oliver, don't be angry. Sister may be facing some difficulties. Need to use money. I watched Oliver quietly. A slight smile. Yes, then can you give it to me? If you can't give it to me, then I can only find someone else to help. Upon hearing this, Oliver's expression became more serious. He asked the bodyguard to bring the wallet. He took some money out from inside and threw it at me, then walked into the house with Sophia. The rain outside has soaked the paper money on the ground. I picked them up one by one. At this moment, a bodyguard I know walked up next to me. Say, Miss Grace, Victor asked you to take the money and leave afterward. I was stunned for a moment. But soon he pretended that nothing had happened, stood up. I gazed at the tightly closed door, ran out into the heavy rain. Indeed, I have a fever. Just came out with Dr. Johnson. I saw Sophia coming around the corner. She saw me freeze for a moment, then she smiled. There was a hint of malice in their gaze. Is this Sister Grace? How could one get sick? Is the situation very serious? Saying this, she wants to hold my hand. I dodged to the side. Her hand gently touched my arm where the blood had just been drawn. I felt a pain. Sophia suddenly let out a scream, fell into Oliver's arms. Oliver caught her before he had a chance to react. My arm hurts a little, about to collapse. Noticing that Oliver was frowning, it seems he wants to come to help me. Sophia spoke while crying, Oliver, I just saw my sister with a stranger. I feel quite surprised, so I want to ask you. I didn't expect her to push me suddenly. Oliver then realized that Dr. Johnson was right there supporting me, so he asked angrily, Grace, are you really that curious? How? I couldn't get into my childhood friend's house. Go look for another place. I lowered my head. I couldn't help but find it amusing. I initially agreed to live with Oliver out of dissatisfaction. He always leaves early and returns late. Busy with work. For true couples, this way of interaction is not quite normal, but the relationship between him and me is not real. I actually have some ulterior motives. I hope he can understand the truth at that moment. Did not expect that, from that day on. He didn't know where he had heard something from, began to treat me gently with caution. Learn to cook your own meals. Learn to pick up and drop off for work. Learn to add some little surprises to life. A young master who usually doesn't do any household chores. Begin to engage like a true lover. I regained my senses. There is a sense of regret in my heart. It was something that I had personally experienced, but it can only linger in the mind as a fleeting memory for a few seconds. However, if there are problems in a relationship, it should return to its original state. He hates me so much now. It is actually normal. My silence seems to have made him believe this even more. I did not care about Oliver's increasingly indifferent expression. He walked out of the hospital. 2 years ago, Oliver's health was weak for a period of time before the amnesia. He has always opposed Victor forcing others to give him blood through coercion. Seeing him becoming weaker and weaker, I always feel a bit heartbroken. I don't know since when. I started to no longer resist getting my blood drawn. But the medicine I have taken has taken root in my body. The damage caused by the toxin is irreversible. After returning to the rental house, I asked Dr. Johnson to help me find a job. I want to return to the place where I lived as a child before I pass away, by a cemetery plot, buried together with family, due to increasingly weakened health. I had to quit my previous job, soon. Dr. Johnson told me his friend's bar is hiring. He has made plans with his friends. I just need to deliver the wine. I usually don't have much work. Coincidentally encountering some wealthy guests, can receive tips, agreed on the work schedule. I put on the waiter uniform and went. Did not expect that. I saw Oliver again this time. He and Sophia were surrounded by a crowd of people, sitting in the middle of the sofa in the private room. Oliver crossed his legs, holding a wine glass, leaning on the sofa with eyes closed. The people around Sophia are making a fuss, discussing something. She was about to get close to Oliver. I lowered my head. I want to make myself less conspicuous, just hide behind the bartender. I held the wine, pouring one cup after another into the cup on the table. In the dim light, I felt a pair of eyes staring at me. I took a glance out of the corner of my eye. I noticed Sophia was staring at me with a blank expression. Oh dear. Sophia accidentally bumped into the stack of wine glasses. The glass fell on me with a loud clap. The chilled drinks were all spilled on me. Oliver opened his eyes, staring at me in shock. Some were impatiently trying to pull me up. Sophia said in surprise, "Sister, why are you here? How did you end up at the bar?" Oliver came back to his senses, suddenly stopped moving. "You come to the bar to work as a server." Sophia was somewhat confused. "I heard that this bar is owned by a rich second-generation heir, just opened recently. There will probably be many of his friends coming." Oliver looked at me with a face full of dissatisfaction. "Is the salary I pay you insufficient in order to find wealthy people? You actually chose to work in such a place." I wiped the wine stains off my body. The bartender beside me kept apologizing. I stopped him, looking at Oliver. I wish Oliver could give me a little more. Oliver looked at me, with cold emotions in their eyes. "All right, you finished the few bottles of wine on the table. I'll give you the money." Sophia leaned lovingly against Oliver. "Say, Oliver, you are really naughty. How can an older sister drink so much alcohol?" Oliver smiled and put his arm around Sophia's shoulders, also teased her about her face. "This amount of money can be considered as payment for her performance. The important thing is that she is happy." I watched them in their affectionate moment. Feeling somewhat numb inside, he picked up the bottle of wine, took a few sips in succession. Oliver listened attentively as Sophia spoke, completely stopped looking at me. The wine bottle on the table gradually emptied. Sophia's friends gathered around her, chatting quietly. She pretended to be Oliver's benefactor, helped him for 3 years. This is really not easy. The first time I met a wealthy person, how can one not earn a bit more? That's right. Sophia is really generous, not concerned with fame and fortune. Otherwise, how could she be part of it? These sounds are really harsh. Even in the noisy private room, it can still be heard clearly. My stomach feels burning hot. The drink is about to go down the wrong way. Swallowing it left a bit of a bitter taste. A person walked past me. He hit my arm hard. I almost fell. Quickly hold onto the sofa. The wine in her hand spilled onto my head. The beverage ran down his face. A whispering laughter echoed in my ears. I lifted my head. I saw several people taking pictures of me with their phones. Oliver saw this, couldn't help but yell at them to stop. Enough. I didn't pay any attention to them. Feeling very dizzy. It feels like the alcohol is about to reach my throat. I covered my mouth, run out of the box. I headed straight to the bathroom. Leaning over the sink, I vomited. Alcohol mixed with some blood. Rinse thoroughly. A series of footsteps sounded behind. A pair of large hands gently patted my back. That familiar feeling penetrated through my clothes to my skin. It brought tears to my eyes instantly. However, when I turned my head away, I have regained my calm. I pushed Oliver's hand away. "What are you doing here?" Oliver's expression was very serious. "Catch me. I want to shake off my hand, Grace. You have to do it this way. Sometimes I really can't figure it out. Did you ever have any feelings for me in the past?" I saw his red eyes. I let out a laugh, emotion. "Can't you see it? I only care about money." I struggled to break free from his hold. At that moment, heard footsteps. Dr. Johnson rushed to my side, immediately supported me. "I feel a bit tired." The body leaned towards him. Oliver saw my compliant demeanor, furious. "Once again, hold my hand." He pulled me over with a strong effort. My arm hit the wash basin. Severe pain struck. The feeling of pain spread throughout the body. Suddenly, everything went black before my eyes. Dr. Johnson knelt on one knee. "Hold me." He looked up at Oliver. The voice asked loudly, "What are you doing?" "In order to give you a blood transfusion, she is about to die, did you know?" Oliver was shouted at by him. Stunned, Dr. Johnson threw the diagnosis report to Oliver. "She is very weak, can't bear any harm." Oliver was about to pick up the diagnosis report that had fallen on the ground. At this moment, Sophia suddenly appeared behind him. "Ask what happened." Oliver quickly picked up the paper on the ground, shouted at her, "Give it to me." Sophia felt a bit nervous. "Hurry up," and passed it over. The paper has been soaked by the water on the ground. The handwriting became blurred and unclear. Sophia approached Oliver. "Question, what is this? It looks like a short essay." Dr. Johnson helped me up. "Take a closer look. This is impossible. I clearly have Grace's diagnosis report." Oliver stared at me nervously. The eyes were filled with anxiety. "Is what he said true?" I was just about to respond. The bracelet on the wrist emitted a strong electric current once again. "It feels urgent and piercing." I strive to stop trembling. A wave of bitterness rose in my heart. "Can't you tell? He is deceiving you." Oliver grabbed my hand. "Do not joke with your own body." I struggled to break free. He tightened his grip more and more. I slapped him hard, staring at him with a face full of anger. "Does Oliver really hope that I have some unspoken secrets? You wouldn't still be thinking about rekindling a relationship with a liar, would you?" Oliver lowered his head, stunned there, the light above shone on his face. "The hair is in the way. It makes it hard for me to see his expression." I didn't pay attention to Sophia's angry scolding at me. Dr. Johnson then guided me away from here. Dr. Johnson looked at me carefully. "I indeed have your diagnosis in my hands, but I don't know why it has become something else." I comforted him. "Don't worry, if he knew about these, Victor wouldn't let me leave. Moreover, I don't have much time left. I just want to go back to that small town in my memories, spend time with family, everything that happens here. As time goes by, it will gradually become blurry. By that time, Oliver will also gradually forget me." "That's good. Since then, I have never seen Oliver again." I saw a transfer on my phone. "I have blocked all of Oliver's contact information. Focus on preparing for what comes next." Dr. Johnson made a phone call. "Sounds very anxious." He asked me if I had been to an internet cafe today. I am a bit confused, still haven't figured it out. Just came back from outside. He reminded me. Someone pretended the video was speaking ill. I hung up the phone. Just on the way back, I did notice that some people were looking at me strangely. I opened the video sent to me by Dr. Johnson. In the video, I am sitting on the arm of the sofa, kissing a man. This picture was taken at a bar a few days ago. I was drunk at that time, sitting on the armrest of the sofa. There is not just me around. This video is obviously synthesized. I found the source of the video. It was a little after 3 o'clock this morning. Sophia posted this video on Weibo. Should I wish them well? A picture of red eyes was paired with the video. There are still a few packs of napkins. Sophia is an amateur blogger. There are tens of thousands of fans. Everyone knows that she has been with Oliver lately. However, the comments section is filled with criticism, calling her a mistress, although a few people mentioned that the video seems to have been altered. However, everyone's attention is mainly on criticizing her. A group of Sophia's friends also rebutted those comments. I turned off my phone. There are no feelings in my heart. Continue to be busy with my own matters. After a few days of fermentation, the video is being spread more and more widely. I am now preparing to go to another city. I have been staying at home these past few days. I received a call from Sophia. She invited me to a nearby Western restaurant. Thought for a moment. I decided to go out. Whether it's something online or related to Oliver, everything should come to a conclusion in the restaurant. Sophia is waving at me while wearing a white dress. I sat across from her. "Did you know that spreading rumors is illegal if the video is deleted now? I can act as if nothing happened." She smiled gently. Said, "Just based on you. Left Oliver, you are nothing, even if everyone knows I'm lying. It's okay. They will only hesitate because they know I am Oliver's fiancé." Sophia rested her chin on her hand. The diamond ring on her ring finger sparkled under the lights. Her smile grew wider. Suddenly, she picked up the wine glass beside her. Fall on one's own head. The expression on her face instantly turned sad. Her disheveled appearance made her look especially pitiful. She was about to shout. As a result, I quickly stood up, threw the plate at her face. She didn't react, hit by something, jumped to the side immediately, shook off the steak on his body. "Grace, you, has not had time to break out yet." The guests in the restaurant were drawn over by the noise from this side. I also chuckled softly along with her. Isn't this the effect you wanted? Sophia was trembling with anger. I can only keep pretending. Sophia cried very sadly. The sound is also very loud. People around soon recognized me and her. Some people say, "Isn't she the girl who is dating Sophia's boyfriend?" Videos online have spread everywhere. She is also sitting on someone's lap. That's really too much. Sophia showed a proud smile when she looked at me. I feel like wanting to leave. Miss Grace, please stop bothering us. I know you like Oliver too. Although you are being very excessive towards me, I can accept all of it. I can give you any amount of money you need. As long as you no longer look for him. It is widely known that mistresses are often disliked by people. The people around heard this, felt very angry. Someone quickly stopped me. Several cups of drinks and alcohol were splashed on me, dripping steadily onto the floor. How can there be such unreasonable people? Ruined someone else's family. Dare to dance in front of others. Don't be afraid, little girl. We are here. She can't bully you anymore. Everyone surrounded Sophia in the middle. She saw me looking at her. A trace of pride appeared on her face. I wiped the beads of water off my face. Take out your phone. The screen shows the alarm interface. Everyone was quiet for a few seconds. Then they began to talk about some unfavorable things. I pushed through the crowd. Ignore the rumors behind you. Back home, as soon as I entered the door, a strange number called in. I don't answer the phone, just wait for it to hang up automatically. I guess you are Oliver. No matter what he says. It doesn't matter to me. The video of the meeting between Sophia and me that day was posted online. After confirmation from bystanders at the scene, I finally admit that I am the mistress. They criticized me for lacking a sense of shame. How dare you bully the legitimate wife? I turned off my phone. Still couldn't help but cry in bed. During the period, Oliver called several times with different numbers. After I expressed that I didn't want to see him, I found out that he had secretly come downstairs to my place. Oliver leaned against the front of the black car. Smoke obscured his face. I don't know how many cigarettes I smoked. I feel a bit upset inside. Drew the curtains, no longer looking at him. I went to the hospital to see Dr. Johnson. Victor agreed to let me leave, but the condition is to draw a few more tubes of blood. I agreed. Before leaving the hospital, I asked Dr. Johnson for a few bottles of medicine. He told me, although these medications can ease some suffering, but it will also accelerate the end of life. I smiled faintly. Look at him gratefully. I no longer care about this. I just hope to live well in the final days of my life. On the plane, I gently caressed the bracelet. Victor didn't help me take off the bracelet. Just tell me that the power has been turned off. I silently laughed at myself. Indeed, I have been a businessman for so many years. I really don't want to do a losing business. Even if this bracelet no longer poses a threat, it still watches me like a sharp sword. These past few days, Oliver also heard some rumors, until a subordinate handed me a mobile phone. There is a video of Grace and Sophia in the restaurant above. The comments in the comment section are very rude. My subordinate explained to me what happened in the past few days. I suppressed my anger, immediately asked someone to delete the video. After the explanation, he sent a lawyer's letter to those who attacked Grace online. Then, he called for Sophia, questioned her about why she did that. Sophia wanted to act charmingly like before to handle this situation. I didn't expect Oliver to have such a serious expression. Give her some money to leave. Sophia looked at him in disbelief. Oliver, what do you mean? Oliver is very annoyed. Take out the previously signed agreement and say, I just want you to pretend to be my girlfriend. Be clear about your identity. Don't think I don't know who you are here on behalf of. Sophia hugged Oliver, cried very sadly. I was wrong, I'm sorry. Oliver, I like you, don't let me go. Oliver pushed her away, went outside. Sophia doesn't care about her image at all. Sit directly on the ground. She heard footsteps. I thought Oliver had returned. He looked up and smiled. What I saw were 2 police officers. The police said, Miss Sophia, someone reported that you falsified a video. They also guided netizens to spread rumors together with friends. Please come with us. Despite Sophia's struggles, the police still took her away. Oliver arrived at Dr. Johnson's hospital. He asked, Is the diagnosis you provided last time true? Dr. Johnson took him to the computer to have a look. Her body has been affected by the medication for too long. Moreover, the rate of blood loss exceeds the rate of recovery. Her time is running out. Oliver stared intently at the name of the drug displayed on the screen. That is a special drug developed by the Thompson Group several years ago. As Victor gradually delegated his power, Oliver has long ceased production. How could it appear in the market, and also, why is blood drawn? Oliver suddenly felt a sharp pain in his head. He made an effort to prop himself up and stood up. Where is Grace? Dr. Johnson did not speak. Oliver grabbed him by the collar. Ask her, where is Grace? He doesn't speak, but I have many ways to find her. Dr. Johnson answered, she left. After hearing this, Oliver, suddenly I stumbled a bit. Dr. Johnson went to a far place. Cold sweat ran down Oliver's face. Don't you like her? Why let her go knowing that her health is poor? Dr. Johnson said with a cold smile. What are you pretending to be so deeply emotional about here? Did you let her go? Oliver's head was starting to hurt more and more. He released Dr. Johnson. The two men remained silent after a while. Oliver made an adjustment, lifted my foot, getting ready to step outside. Dr. Johnson, your grandfather knows. Oliver paused, then hurriedly ran outside. He stayed in the car for a long time. After organizing one's emotions, he walked into his old home holding the medicine he received from Dr. Johnson. May I ask where my grandfather is? The servant had not yet had the chance to respond. Oliver hurriedly ran upstairs. Grandpa, grandfather, at this moment, the servant hurried over, shouted, young master, the master is not at home. Oliver took out his phone and dialed a number several times, but no one answered. He just stood there. The expression on the face is very calm. Then, he asked for a stick. The servant did not dare to ask for a reason, hastily ran out to look for. Oliver picked up the stick with a shout. He threw it towards the vase on the second floor. Snap! The sound is particularly loud. The second floor and the living room immediately descended into chaos. The servants did not dare to make a sound, standing quietly with their head bowed to the side. One of the people saw this scene. She quietly went out holding her phone. Oliver smiled slightly. His gaze was fixated on the person who was leaving. When Victor hurried back, he is in the garage. The luxury cars worth millions inside have been completely wrecked. Not a single vehicle is intact. The ground is covered with shattered glass. Victor shouted while leaning on his cane. What is going on? Is it because of a woman that she disregards my grandfather's safety? Oliver stopped what he was doing. Ask the way. Give me the key. Victor was a bit confused. What key? Seeing him play dumb, Oliver threw the pill bottle from his pocket to him. Do you know what this is? Victor stared at him fiercely. Can't remember. Oliver threw away the stick. If you still want to live a stable life, don't mess with me. Key. Victor knew he was in the wrong, so he had his subordinate go get the keys. I saw Oliver walk out without looking back. Victor was trembling with anger, cursing the unfilial child in one's heart. If your dad were still here. Oliver stopped. The chill on the face grew stronger. You should feel fortunate that my dad is not here. Otherwise, you would not be able to stay here at all, in this remote small town. I returned home from the cemetery as usual, after taking a shower. I am lying on the sofa. I feel myself becoming increasingly weaker, even if it's just to a nearby cemetery. I also feel very tired. A shadow flashed across the television news. The host's voice sounds very serious. Recently, the Thompson Group discovered many non-compliant drugs. After investigation, learned about the situation of Victor, the former chairman of Thompson Group. I quickly took out my phone to search. Everyone is discussing this matter enthusiastically online. Oliver reported his father Victor for illegally manufacturing drugs. Currently under investigation. Some people believe that he does this ruthlessly in the name of justice. So selfish. Some people also believe that he disregards personal interests. Make such a decision. In the future, I will definitely become a good boss. I'll check the video that Sophia posted earlier again. Not found. I turned off my phone. No longer paying attention to that beating heart. Get into bed and prepare to sleep. Since taking the medicine prescribed by Dr. Johnson, my insomnia problem has been resolved. But this also makes me more prone to feeling sleepy. I don't know what's going on tonight. Tossing and turning for a long time, still wide awake. It was almost morning. I slowly fell asleep. When I woke up, pulling back the curtains to take a look, it is already evening outside the yard. A tall figure stood there. The dim streetlight made his face indistinct. However, I recognized him immediately. Oliver came over. As soon as he saw me, he quickly walked over. At this moment, there was a knock at the door. I quickly closed the curtains. I hesitated for a moment. Then he walked over and opened the door. Oliver immediately hugged me. Then she used the key to unlock the bracelet on her wrist. The black-purple mark was oozing red blood. A cold tear drops onto my wrist. It feels like being burned. I looked up. Oliver cried without expression. Sophia is my pretend girlfriend. I have punished her for some things she did before. I also know about the things Victor did to you. I'm really sorry, he said, choked with emotion. I shouldn't let others irritate you. I am just afraid of losing you from start to finish. The only person I love is you. Dr. Johnson told me everything. You don't need to worry. I won't let anyone hurt you again. Can you let me stay by your side? I looked at Oliver, feeling a bit sad. Although he gritted his teeth and said nothing, but there are many thoughts in my mind. Oliver held my hand carefully, afraid that I would push him away like before. He looks very sincere. There is still medicine. The research team left by Victor will surely develop a cure. Whether you hit me or curse me, it's all my fault. If it weren't for encountering me, you shouldn't have to go through this pain. Please don't let me leave. It feels like returning to the past, no matter who made the mistake. As long as I get angry, Oliver would immediately apologize. Seeing the person in front of me, I suddenly remembered the little dog from my neighbor's house when I was a child. It always crawls through the small hole between our house and our neighbor's to come play with me. When making mistakes, it will carry its favorite little toy in its mouth, lie obediently in front of me. A look of frustration appeared on his or her face. No matter how unwilling to accept it, my love for him has always existed. However, the body that just woke up felt extremely fatigued, weakness in the limbs. A subtle pain lingered in my heart. I am not here to help you. What's the point of you telling me this? Oliver was taken aback. Take out a small piece of pink stone from your pocket. You know what this is? I don't quite understand. Shook his head. His tears flowed more profusely. Stare at me. This is rose quartz from Mozambique. Actually, there's nothing particularly unusual about it. But you don't even know this. How could you recognize the necklace around my neck right away? I want to refute, but Oliver shook his head. It indicates that these are not important. He said, listen carefully. I didn't care from the beginning whether the person who saved me was you. You said you wanted to break up with me. I was momentarily panicked. Only then did I use this method to test your feelings. This is not a fairy tale. It is impossible to bear everything for each other simply because of gratitude. I have always been very clear about my feelings for you. Actually, you have been misunderstanding all along. My kindness towards you is not because you saved me. I should have told you this earlier. I love you, Grace. In the past, I might have had some hesitation, but now I understand you like me too. As soon as he finished speaking this sentence, I can no longer control the emotions in my heart, collapsed directly to the ground. Oliver knelt on the ground, holding me tightly, cried together. Nightfall came without anyone noticing. There were only the two of us cuddling in the room. That day, I told Oliver with a tearful voice that I was very angry. I'm very upset about you bringing Sophia home. There is also the past. Every time Victor takes me to have my blood drawn, I felt a bit more resentment towards you. He was very anxious at that time, keep asking me for forgiveness. I couldn't help but laugh through my tears as I looked at him. No one can clearly articulate matters of the heart. If I had been more decisive back then, completely cut off ties with Victor, either don't get involved with Oliver from the start. It's not to the point of this situation yet, but who could have predicted that? I actually ended up liking him. No matter how great the difficulties encountered afterward, I never thought about giving up on myself. I can still manage when I'm alone, but with Oliver by my side, I couldn't help but cry loudly to him. I want his comfort. He said he is actually very afraid of death. Like a child, ask him what he plans to do. Oliver just held me tightly, gently stroking my hair. He told me he would find a way. I understand. Even someone as powerful as Oliver, facing the inevitability of birth, aging, sickness, and death can evoke feelings of helplessness. Just an ordinary person, I said while sobbing. If I am really no longer here, don't think about me anymore. There are many people in this world who love you. It's fine if I'm not there, he angrily told me. Except for me, no one in the world truly loves him. I said softly, what about Victor? He silently pondered for a while. Finally, he started to share with me stories from his childhood. His grandfather only likes his dad. In a car accident, to save him, his parents chose to sacrifice themselves. Victor didn't have much fondness for his mother. This is also the reason why I don't like him very much. After the accident occurred, he was left with nothing but hatred for Oliver. But what can be done? Watching my grandson grow up more and more like my son, Victor's feelings became more complicated. He hopes to continue nurturing successors, but hopes he will leave this world. I have never heard him say any of this. Watching him calmly reminisce about the past, I could only hold him tightly, feeling heartbroken. He rested his head on my lap like a little child. He said, actually, when I rushed in to save him, he still has a bit of awareness. I pulled him down at that time, then go help the driver who is driving. The movements are very skilled. He has thought about that scene many times, if he can do it. At that time, I wouldn't have lost my parents. He lost consciousness on my back. The scene of saving someone was deeply etched in his mind at that time, like a deity descending from the heavens. He only realized it afterward. My parents also lost their lives in a car accident. I once had the same expectations as him. If I had been more capable back then, maybe they won't be lost. I have imagined that scene many times in my mind. So, from that time on, every time I encounter an unexpected situation, my first reaction was to find a way to save the person. It's like saving one's own family. 1 year later, the research team has found a way to control the medication in my body. The price to be paid is to use one's own blood as a catalyst. He happily picked me up and spun around, as if it weren't his blood that was to be donated. I am really happy. There is also singing. I have thought many times, if you are no longer around, I will leave with you too. I covered his mouth. I think what he said is very silly. He looked at me seriously. I think I want to experience it too. The pain of you bleeding for me. I gently stroked his brow. We have the same blood type, living a similar life, but their experiences are quite different. I originally thought that our life paths would never intersect. I didn't expect that they would unexpectedly intertwine after a period of treatment. Although my body has not fully recovered, but the situation has improved somewhat. However, there are no issues with daily activities. This day, I have had dinner, sitting on the swing in the yard, waiting for Oliver to come home. Suddenly, a cheerful bell rang out. He walked into the small courtyard holding a pot of flowers. The calm tone cannot conceal the excitement within. Grace, I'm back again.